Welcome. Good morning, friends. This is John Krupa. This is the Freedom to Draw Unsolved Mysteries, guys. Today we got a missing persons case that we are revisiting. We made a show about him last year, but we want to revisit it, bring some new eyes on this case of Jesse Farber. This man is from straight out of Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. He went missing on August 11th, 2015. Hasn't been heard from since. And as always, if you have any information on Jesse Farber or any other cases that we do on this show, please submit your tips to this place. Don't submit them to me. Don't submit them to the family. Go to the police first. Guys, with that said, we're going to get into this case in a couple of seconds, actually. This is the unsolved mystery of the Tamaqua man named Jesse Farber. Now, guys, it is National Save Your Ears Day, so we're going to listen to some soft rock and roll as we draw Jesse Farber and we tell you a little bit about his case. His case is quite intricate, guys. On August 11th, 2015, 29-year-old Jesse Farber made a strange phone call and then disappeared. Whatever happened to Jesse? The background of Jesse was that he's 29 years old when he vanished from Tamaqua, Pennsylvania. On August 11th, 2015, Jesse was dating a woman named Rachel, with whom they had 2 kids together. He was an amazing father and loved outdoor activities such as fishing, hiking, and camping. However, prior to his disappearance, his behavior changed. And there are reports saying that he owed people money, and that's why he was acting weird. On August 1st, 2015, Jesse and Rachel got into an argument over money. Rachel had noticed large sums of money vanishing over time. They eventually settled the argument, but Jesse decided to stay at his grandparents' house a few miles from Tamaqua and not far from where he worked. He worked at Libby's, and he was an ice cream worked a pallet, I think, and he put the ice cream in the freezer using pallet jack, I believe. And that wasn't far from his grandparents' home. And he had pretty flexible hours, it was said, at this job. Like he could report in at work at 2 p.m., that's totally awesome. I wish I could find a job like that. His behavior started to change shortly prior to his disappearance, and he seemed exhausted and nervous and worried. And it is interesting to note that Jesse did not have a car. He was working on a motorcycle, but had not had it finished yet, and he had no motor transportation at all. On August 8th, 2015 was the last time that Rachel saw Jesse. She asked what was going on due to his recent behavior. Jesse responded by saying something odd. He said, "I have to do this on my own, but when it's over, we'll all be together again." Which is strange thing to say. As we listen to some soft rock and roll on this Save Your Ears Day. On August 10th, Jesse ditched work where he worked at an ice cream plant. He left his grandparents' house for work like normal, but rather went into Tamaqua, the town. Witnesses said around 3 p.m. he was seen alone at a Burger King. Later that day, he supposedly met with a young woman somewhere for an unknown reason, and she ended up stealing some of his money. After that, he met up with some friends and played video games all night. One friend mentioned he was irritated the woman took his money and was Facebook messaging her boyfriend. Her boyfriend was allegedly apologizing and offered to repay him. It is also interesting to note that Tamaqua is an extremely small town. That was probably the only Burger King in town, so there was quite a few witnesses. His disappearance on August 11th, 2015, Jesse told coworkers he would be headed to work. He first had planned on meeting with the woman's boyfriend, the woman who Jesse claimed stole his money, at the local Burger King in Tamaqua, but never showed up. Jesse's whereabouts are unknown from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. However, Jesse's phone records show he made multiple calls to his bank to figure out what his balance was. He shouldn't have paid. He shouldn't have been expecting any payments, as he got paid bi-weekly on Fridays. We're listening to soft rock and roll on this National Save Your Ears Day. They don't want you listening to loud music today. Jesse was last seen by a man around 7 p.m. walking south down the S-curves of Hunter Road. His path was a windy one. At 9 p.m., Jesse made a bizarre phone call to Rachel. He was frantic and told her he was being chased by 10 to 11 coyotes. His phone was about to die and he was up in a tree. Now, they said that the tree was really small and couldn't even hold a toddler, let alone a grown man like Jesse. a real weak tree with thin branches. That's what it is said in reports. And listening to various YouTube channels on this case, they all said the same thing. He asked Rachel to come get him and bring guns. Rachel reported he seemed terrified in the call, almost as if he was about to cry. During the call, he initially told Rachel he was by the Tamaqua Elementary School, and then later said he was near the high school. The two schools are on opposite sides of the town. Rachel asked for his exact location, which he wouldn't have known, but the call was dropped. She called him back numerous times, but he never answered again. Rachel and her brother went to the woods by the high school and spent 2 to 5 hours looking for Jesse and any sign of him. Rachel then called the police and reported Jesse missing. And when she reported him missing back then, in this day, when the police got involved, it was an option of them submitting DNA from the missing person. But after this case and other similar cases, they made a law requiring law enforcement to submit DNA as soon as the person went missing. So this was a groundbreaking case in some ways. After his disappearance, the next day, police, as well as friends and family, began looking for him. On August 13th, the official search started. Different search and rescue teams searched for almost 12 hours, including drones and dog teams. Pennsylvania State Police even sent a helicopter to look for him. From August 14th to August 16th, more teams were sent to look for him, and cameras were sent down into air shafts. Now, it's important to note that where Jesse was last seen, there was a lot of air shafts, which are holes in the ground that go down 40 to 70 feet. They're like sinkholes from old abandoned mines, and there was a lot of them where the area where Jesse went missing. So there is speculation that he was doing drugs. This case does touch on drugs, and they think that maybe he was having a hallucination and scared that there were coyotes chasing him, and he may have panicked and just fell into one of these sinkholes. And it's 40 to 70 feet drop. You're not gonna live, and even if you do, you're not gonna make it out, and you're gonna die of the elements. There's a lot of theories that say that's how he met his end. They sent cameras down the air shafts. August 16th, end of day. It ends the official search. Note that the area is an active coal mine, so there are many air shafts and the terrain is difficult to navigate. It's also said that Jesse knew these areas like the back of his hand, though. But if he was impaired at all, it may have been impaired knowledge, and he might have made a mistake. We don't really know. It is a cold case, active cold case to this point. In December 2015 or 2016, unsure of the exact year, a hunter near this high school saw a pair of sweatpants hanging from the tree, and Jesse was last seen wearing sweatpants. One of the legs of the sweatpants had been tied in a knot with a rock put inside the leg. He then noticed a backpack further up the tree, which was later confirmed to be Jesse's backpack. I think it had some kind of pin on it that only Jesse's grandparents gave him, and that's how they knew it was his. Rachel doesn't believe this is his bag, though, because she claims the pin on the bag used to identify it as Jesse's is in her son's possession right now. Both Rachel and Jesse's mom believe these items were possibly planted at that location. The tree where these items were found is supposedly very hard to reach and is a skinny tree. People in the town continue to refuse to speak about Jesse or give any information whatsoever. Police are not ruling out that he was attacked by a pack of coyotes, Police are not ruling out that he was attacked by a pack of coyotes, nor a gang of coyotes. So some of the theories are, like I said, he was in a drug hallucination, drug-induced. And his story does revolve a little bit around drugs. I know it's not a positive thing, but it is reality. Jesse was actually chased by coyotes is another theory. This theory is unlikely because coyotes are timid and stay away from humans at all costs. So there's not much relevance to that theory. Another theory was Jesse was being chased by a street gang named the Coyotes, and this is interesting. The police went off of this tip. They had some arrests on local gangs in the Tamaqua area, and they offered them a deal. They had them caught, and they gave them deals like, we will let you go at a reduced charge if you can give us any information on this guy's whereabouts. He's been missing and we need some kind of leads on it. And they were offered plea deals, and none of them took the plea deals. Either they're afraid to say something, or they honestly have no idea what they're talking about. So this is all speculation at this point. Rumors were spreading that Jesse may have been talking about coyotes as in the street gang that he allegedly owed money to. However, police couldn't find any known gangs named the Coyotes, nor proof anyone was even after Jesse. So yeah, that's pretty much where this case stands as of now. I know the mom of Jesse is dead set on not giving up on this case and not letting people forget about this case. So that's why we're revisiting this case. We're giving it a new drawing here. We did one last year on this, but this is a different drawing and a different side of Jesse in this picture. And I can show you some pictures of what he looks like. This is probably the most popular one right here. This is what he looked like, guys. And that pretty much does it for this episode, guys. If you have any information, please send your tips to these places. Don't send them to me or the family members. We can't do anything with it. You need to send them to authorities, like these places right here. Okay, peace out, true believers. We will see you the next episode as we listen to soft rock. It's Save Your Ears Day. Peace out, true believers.